Hey guys, welcome to Make It Dairy Free. I'm Larisha, and we haven't done one of these grocery look at videos. What were we calling these? Go into a grocery store and give you guys like a tour around. We haven't done one in a while, and what better way to kick off some new things in 2025 than hopping back into one with a store that I actually have never been to in my life. So we are at Grocery Outlet. Don't mind my like snow-covered spotted windows, but I've never been to one. I had no idea that they have actually been around since 1946, I read, and nor did I know that they have over 400 locations in the US. So all a surprise to me. My understanding is that it is basically a bulk grocery discount store. If you know more about this store in the comments, then by all means, please share with all of us. But they still have staples like bread and produce and things like that. They have a lot of name brand packaging that either go through a product change, like they change their packaging, or that they do an oversupply, like an overrun of their production, and then they need to sell it off. So grocery outlets then go and buy things and then bulk discount it for the consumer. That's how I understood it. So in our local area, they keep popping up. I literally have never been to one. I think we have like 4 or 5 now. My kids had an activity to do, and so like I have time to waste, and I was like, hey, let's go shoot a video, see what this store is about, see if I can find anything. What I'm really excited about is I keep hearing that they have like name brand vegan products that are really great discounts. So some people have said that they found like chow cheese for 99 cents or like cream cheese and things like that. So I'm like, okay, let's go see if we can find any of this stuff. Similar to like an Aldi that has like that find aisle, the products like come and go, like it's not consistent by any means. So it's like you hop in and it might be new this week, and next week you might have something completely different. So it's not consistent besides like the staple type of things. So let's hop in here, see if we can find anything, and I'll give you guys my opinion after I hop back in. So walking in, honestly, my first impression is that this just reminded me of like an Aldi meets Big Lots style of store. Most of the things were still in the boxes that they came packaged in, though later I noticed that that's not the case throughout the rest of the store. When I made this first turn, I was greeted by a really large section of organic options, which I found had quite a few vegan options inside of there. Things like matcha powder, hemp hearts, goji berries, green blends, tahini, acai, spirulina. I'm not sure if these are always there or if it always rotates, but it was nice to see a wide selection. Things aren't necessarily always in order though. Like I noticed those Partake cookies on a completely different shelf than the Partake baking mix that I found, so just keep that in mind. Now, I had heard that the produce was hit or miss when I was reading some threads online about Grocery Outlet. First, I want to say I was surprised at how much produce they did have. I thought that it was going to be a much smaller section of the store, but honestly, I picked up everything and looked at it and it looked great. So hopefully that's the case for you if you make it into the store too. And they did have tofu, and it was a pretty standard price for this brand, so that would also be a great option if you were here and needed to pick some up. Now, as far as the rest of the store, it's set up like a typical grocery store. There's dry and canned goods, a freezer section, pet supplies, home and body care, refrigerator section, etc. I did notice that Grocery Outlet still seems to have their own brand of things. This Simply Go pasta was just 99 cents a pound, which is a great price, but $2.99 for their version of pasta sauce, which seemed more expensive than other discount grocery stores' store brand sauces. And I also noticed this 100% guarantee. Looking it up seems similar to like Aldi's policy of if you don't like it, you can bring it back and they'll refund you. They did have other items under this line as well. For me, the real bargains jumped out at the freezer section. They had a ton of vegan options from Morningstar to Impossible, Gardein, and beyond. I know not everyone chooses to eat these type of products, but if you do, then you can find some good deals here. I know this $4.99 price tag on these 2 pounds of vegan crumbles is pretty close to what we typically pay for one 12 to 14 ounce bag. However, you do still definitely have to pay attention. The Daring chicken was about the same or slightly more than current prices. The Morningstar Pringle chicken fries were about 50% off, and some of the Gardein products were similar to regular stores, and then some were definitely discounted. I found the most new products I haven't seen before inside the refrigerated section. They did have things like chow cheese, which I may add was not 99 cents, Parmela shreds, follow your heart, but only the pepper jack kind, and then Vivan shreds. Again, nothing was put together and you really have to search around. There was this Plant Ahead brand of wheel cheese that I'd never heard of before, and I also had no idea that Wodo made bigger packages that could be baked, so that was also a cool find. Also want to take a second to mention that you always have to check your labels. I saw this Nourish cream cheese and I definitely thought that the brand was vegan, but was confused when it said lactose free on the side and thought it was just weird marketing. However, a closer look, there's definitely milk inside of it, and it appears only their UK brand is vegan and not the US. So always double check. I did just want to quickly show some other things I found. There were multiple brands of plant-based protein powders, and in the health and beauty section, they had multiple items from Shea Moisture and a ton from the Love Beauty and Planet brand. A lot of these things were definitely cheaper than in most stores. In the dairy section, there were a lot of non-dairy options, from a variety of dairy-free milks to creamers and juices. Some things I hadn't seen before, and then some things I have seen before, and they were definitely a little bit of a better price than in regular stores. Two things I do want to mention before wrapping up. At the beginning of the store, there was this wow section that was supposed to be some of the best deals. Maybe there were a few, but I did notice some of the elsewhere prices that they were comparing to seemed wildly off. It definitely left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth that they seem to be inflating the savings when people are struggling with grocery bills more than ever before. The second thing is to check expiration dates. I didn't personally see anything that was already expired on my search, but I did read about it happening on some other online forums, so just be safe. So when I left, it was already dark outside, so I didn't get to share my immediate thoughts, and then the next day I had to travel, so I'm sitting here in my hotel room and I just wanted to share a couple of quick thoughts. I definitely don't personally think, at least for me, but probably for most people, that Grocery Outlet is the type of place that you could replace all of your grocery shopping with. It's going to be too inconsistent as far as items are concerned. Some of the prices are higher, and I just don't think that they have everything that most people tend to buy. That said, I do think if you have one close by, there is a benefit to maybe popping in, seeing if you can stock up on some freezer items or shelf-stable items that are a good price. You could also just see what new items that you can find and maybe get those at a discounted price and try them out before buying them at a regular grocery store that may be a little bit higher when they have them in stock all the time. I do also want to share what I did buy. I did get some Abe's vegan muffins, as well as both of those cheese wheels of the brand that I had never heard of before because I want to try those. And I also got that Wodo cookie dough because of course, and I found this churro cornbread mix and I got it because yeah, I had to. That you found this video helpful. If you have a Grocery Outlet store near you and you've been, maybe you go often and you have other tips, please share those in the comments below. If you guys have other stores that you would like to see me do a similar style video in, leave those in the comments below. I do hope that you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Saturday in the next video. Bye.